I think the thing that impresses me the most about the projects is how they use their tokenomics. I mean, there's a lot to like. The community is very much engaged. The developer communicates constantly in Telegram. The Telegram group is incredibly large and extremely, extremely active. And they post everything ahead of time so you can literally follow their performance in real time. The team's already doing, the community itself is already doing additional developments on the project that are very interesting, fun, and fascinating to follow along with. So I think there's a lot of potential. I mean, this project truly may 10x. Some people are saying it could 50x. I don't know about that. And we're still early. It's inside of 30 days. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a project that I think has some solid 10x potential, even in a bear market. Listen, Bitcoin is down to $19,000. I believe that it could go much, much lower. That is absolutely possible. So during a bear market, you have to find some unique cryptocurrency investments that can perform counterintuitive to the actual crypto market as a whole. But if you've seen this video course, if you've been a part of this video course, then you understand the projects that I like are projects who have an underlying business model that does not directly depend on the cryptocurrency space. So if the underlying business model does well and they have some activity and they understand marketing, then I believe it's very possible that the cryptocurrency attached to that project can do well as also. The project I'm talking about today in particular is Bitcoin. Now, this is not the same project that I covered in this video course. Many of you who follow my channel know that I love earning passive income, and I love to focus on projects who are able to that allow me to earn a passive income. Bitcoin in and of itself doesn't create a passive income, but I think it has a lot of potential. Ladies and gentlemen, let me first say this. Nothing in this video should be considered financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a cryptocurrency enthusiast, and I love talking about projects in this space. Now, with that being said, if you follow my channel, you know that I love to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Bitcoin is no different. I'm going to share with you some of my concerns that I have with this project. This is not sponsored content. I always disclose if I cover content and it is sponsored. However, this is a project that I am already personally invested in, and I plan to continue to invest in because we're so freaking early. I mean, we're only inside the first 30 days. So let's talk about what this project is. We're going to then dive in and look at the chart. I'm going to talk about some of the components that I think are really, really good about the project. And then I'm going to share with you some of the concerns that I have about the project going forward as well. So I'm not going to hold anything back in this video. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about exactly what it is and what they're doing. Crypto's first sports betting fund run by the world's top sports gamblers. So the idea behind the token is there's a fund. Everybody who purchased a token at when it was released to the public on pink sale, which I did not get in on that, by the way. But the people who got in on that, essentially a fund was created by the sale of those tokens, $100,000 initially, and they use a portion of that fund to make sports bets every single day using professional sports handicappers, if you will. And then when those handicappers win, 50% of the winnings is used to buy back the token on the open market, and 50% is added to the fund. So they have an example of this down here. Let me come up here. Where's that? Let's just say this is the announcement. Rams +3. Rams can't lose by 3 or more points. They put $3,000 in. If they win, they get $5,340. They would use $1,117 for buybacks. So the reinvestment in the fund would grow the fund rate back to $4,170. Now, it's important to understand they don't ever use all the fund at once. They use a portion of the fund every single day. The fund continues to grow. The size of the bets continue to grow theoretically. When they lose, here's what's interesting. And this is the part that the tokenomics is what's interesting. When they lose, then the fund does get smaller. But psychologically, it may induce people to sell the token right here. And if they sell the token, there's an 18% sales tax. So there's no tax to buy, which the idea is it incentivizes people to buy the token and hold it. But there's an 18% sell tax if you sell. 10% of that tax goes to replenish the fund or add to the fund. So sellers actually keep replenishing the fund. Now, assuming that they actually have sports handicappers winning more than 50% of the bets, then it's going to continue to grow the fund, and it's continue to grow the size of the buybacks. It should continue to create ongoing buy pressure on the project. Now, when I first saw the project the first time, I thought to myself, okay, so is it like a Ponzi scam? Like, How do we know they're actually sports betting? Are they just saying after the fact, oh yeah, we made a call and this is what happened, this was the outcome? But what I realized when I started looking at the project is they actually published their picks hours before the game. You can follow along. And the sports handicappers they use are legitimate sports handicappers that sell services. Like, it's $1,000+ a year to get access to their sports picks. I don't know if that necessarily means they're good or not. I'm a little bit hesitant on that. I don't know. Right now they are good. I mean, they're winning over 60% of their games already early on. I can show you proof of this here in a moment. What I will tell you is with the tokenomics, I think these tokenomics are very fascinating. Think about this. The token is somewhat separate from the fund. The token performing badly helps the fund out. The fund performing well feeds into the token. But when the fund doesn't do well, when the sports bets are bad, it doesn't necessarily mean that the price has to drop. It just means that if we go on a losing streak, the price may go down. But even if the price goes down, then it literally replenishes the fund. And arguably, it can replenish the fund faster than what the fund is losing. I hope you understand what I'm saying. The sales could arguably replenish the fund a little bit faster than what the fund is losing when it's losing sports bets. Theoretically, there could always be some positive buying pressure on this token. And it doesn't mean that would be the case in every market condition, depending on market cap and the trend and how much participation is taking place with the project. But the project is pretty transparent on their sports picks, and that's what I find really, really fascinating. Let's just look at what they've done so far after launch. And we're currently looking at their website. So how it works, the Bitcoin fund will start at an initial size pre-public launch. On a week-by-week basis, taxes from selling this DAO token will be used to grow the fund. Every week, 15% of the total fund value is contributed to a gambling stack. This stack will bet through the following week. Earnings from the week's bets will be reinvested into the fund as well as used to buy back tokens, boosting the price of Bitcoin. Every time there's a big win, the chart pumps. The coin skyrockets and the betting stacks get bigger. So they launched on the September 6th. We've completed all of this so far. We're right here at this moment. And they've already released some very interesting technical developments. They're looking to add a section to the website where there can be some live chat. They've already shown some demos of this where there's live chat running during the game, during their sports picks, which I think is incredibly interesting. So this is the sports pick channel. And typically, somewhere around midday Central Time, they end up posting their latest pick. And then not only do they post their pick, but they always give you this analysis. This is what this analysis looks like. This is coming from Rick Torino, and you can look him up. He is a sports handicapper, and it gives you the full analysis on why he thinks this is a good bet and talks about his past record, what he's been doing. Now, the community, the Bitcoin bet community, take a look at this. So this is a community channel. Holy crap, this community channel is incredibly active. The project manager, the project lead is Simon, and he's in here often communicating. Let's see if I can see anything from him in here right now. He's in here talking every single day. He posts up the bets. They have the bots to show that they've done 45 buybacks so far. So 2% of the supply has been bought back and locked up in a vault. Supposedly for future development. It may create a supply shock, could cause the price to go up as well because they're locking up the circulating supply with every single one of those buybacks. So I'm trying to see if I see the actual developer in here somewhere talking. I don't. I asked about this earlier. What's the exact breakdown on the 18% fee? So here you can see it. 10% goes to the Bitcoin fund, 60% goes to project operations and development, 2% goes into liquidity pools for swaps. The other thing that they oftentimes do is they do free bets where the community will submit their favorite bets, and it has nothing to do with the actual fund, but the developer uses his own money, makes bets, and if the bets wins, then he uses those bets to also buy back tokens as well. That's my understanding. But those free bets create a lot of community engagement. I mean, it's hard pressed to find more active communities inside of a crypto space that also are active even if the token price is not going up. It's easy to go into a crypto telegram and see, everybody getting excited because prices going up, prices going up, prices going up. But when prices going down and you still see people talking and engaging, that's what really blew my mind. Let's go ahead and talk about what I like about the project. First, community engagement, even when price is going down. We'll look at the chart in a moment, but there's been a significant dip in price, and the team and the community stays very, very much engaged. In fact, one of the community members created this. This is the current win rate This is the pick for tonight, and it hasn't won or lost yet. But the current win rate so far since developing this tool is 66%, and it goes all the way back to the 14th. 66% win rate. This is a net return. This is the total amount bought back. So I love the statistics page. The fact that there are community members who care enough to actually, create stuff like this is always a good sign for a project. So I like the fact that the community is engaged. I like the fact there's development going on. I like the fact that they are transparent with their bet ahead of time. I like the fact that they're trying to follow sports handicappers. I mean, all that part is really good. My favorite part is the tokenomics. The whole idea of how the tokenomics feed the fund and then how the fund can in turn help buy tokens off the open market, that whole mechanic is very fascinating. And I believe it's going to be used in other crypto projects in the future. I mean, I can see all sorts of people. I mean, it's almost a very interesting way of being able to participate with someone else's skill set in some other arena. Like in this case, it's sports betting, but I don't know, maybe it could be something else in the future. Either way, I really like that whole mechanic there. Now, a few things that I don't necessarily love, and then we'll look at the chart and I'll talk about why I think it has so much potential. So what I don't love is that it's sports betting. Listen, sports betting is a huge market. That's good, but it's not something that I necessarily love. I'm actually not a huge sports fanatic. I don't watch a lot of sports. I watch one or two here and there, but I've never been a big sports bettor. So it's not something that I personally love. However, it doesn't mean that I can't find a project that has potential and invest in it regardless. I don't have to fall in love with the underlying uses of the project. I realize there's a lot of potential here, and this is the kind of project that could do very, very well even in a bear market. The other thing that I have concerns with, there's two really big concerns I have. Long term, yes, right now we're on a good streak. We're winning 66% right now. But we've only had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not a big enough track record. And personally, I'm a little bit skeptical that the actual handicappers are any good. I mean, in my very naive logic, like if you're that great at handicapping sports, like I don't know, maybe you should be working for some sort of sports betting syndicate somewhere. But the flip side of that is if you're actually really good at handicapping sports, they don't let you bet sports on most sports books. So maybe the better idea is, just sell your picks. Like you're good at handicapping sports. It's hard to get action. Running a syndicate is complicated. So why not just sell your sports picks? I don't know. And maybe I'm biased because even though obviously this content's not sponsored, but I'm invested in the project. So maybe I'm just biased in that respect. I'm curious. I'm cautiously optimistic that the handicappers actually have some sort of an edge. We'll just have to wait and see. The other thing that I don't love about the project, let me come over to the main page. If you come down here, if you look at how the tokenomics are split up, there's a lot of, the team is invested for 6 months. There's a private sale. They were invested for 7 days. That's already over. That you can see that on the chart, actually. Possible future OTC raises vested 3 months. Future utilities vested 3 months. So we've got 15, 27, 37% of the tokens that are going to be vested for 3 to 6 months. We're in the first month now, and we have no guarantee that these tokens couldn't get dumped on the market. So that is also somewhat of a concern that I feel like I need to be cautious about as I invest in this project. I hear people say this project has 50x potential or 100x potential. Well, it's already had a pretty good run. I mean, listen, I heard about the project, full transparency, on day one, launch. And I did not go into the project because I didn't realize, the biggest reason I didn't is because I thought it was probably a Ponzi scam. I was wrong, but I didn't realize they were posting their sports picks ahead of time. And for me, that made all the difference in the world. I'm like, okay, I don't know if they're going to be successful, but they are legitimately trying to do what they say they're doing. And you can see proof of that as well. It's not like they're just claiming they're sports betting. They really are actually doing that. And then if you watch this chart, it went way up, boom, and then pulled back. It makes a lot of sense. These people were selling. I mean, holy smokes, people made a ton. We were still 10x over most tokens were probably bought at that 0.005 early on, and we are at least 10x over that right now. This project still has less than a $10 million market cap. I think it was like $7 million, $8 million market cap. So that's nothing. I believe it's possible the project could hit a $70 million market cap, a $100 million market cap could be possible. So that's why I'm thinking this could be a 10x project, particularly because we're in a bear market right now. So if the market does start to turn, which I don't expect it, then I think this project could do even better in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. But this is a project that I think is very interesting, and this is the type of project I think can do well in a bear market. The fact that they are the sports betting fund, all the mechanics that can push the token price up, as in them winning their sports picks or them winning their games and then using profits to buy back in. That obviously has nothing to do with whether the crypto market goes up or down. So it's possible this project could go up if the overall market goes down. Let me know what your thoughts are. And if you like content like this, make certain you smash that like button, click that subscribe button, click that bell notification icon, and click all. I'm going to continue to follow this project. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see how I do. And I'm actually going to start following their picks, and I'll let you know how I do in a separate video just from their picks alone. Hey, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crypto Wealth. Decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. I'm out.